What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dave Cave. I, as always, am Dave. Now, we finally got it. We finally have the Endgame trailer and finally have a name for this movie, Endgame. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to because I've been calling this thing Infinity War Part 2 forever. Pretty much since Marvel started calling it Infinity War Part 2. But what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the trailer. Probably throw around a theory or two that I have, talk about how I feel about the trailer, in a little rant kind of thing, get my ideas out there. Haven't really done one of these before, but we'll see how it goes. The trailer, overall, as a whole, has me very meh. Just kind of meh. It was cool to see who we saw, what we saw. But there's not a lot of context. It felt like there was no real surprises. That could have been, I feel the only big reveal, so to speak, was Ronan, or for those who don't know that he is Ronan now, Hawkeye. Seeing him was cool, but I kind of knew that was coming. And I'm going to try to stay away from stuff like that in this video of the things that I've seen, because I know there are a lot of people out there that want to have no idea what's going on aside from what they see in trailers or clips or whatever. They don't want to see all the pictures that a lot of us have seen. And so the Ronin thing was cool. So yeah, let's get into talking about the trailer. So it opens up with the helmet, and to me that was very confusing off the bat of why it's all messed up, because Tony Stark ended the Thanos fight with, I'd say, probably 60 to 70% of the nanite suit intact. And if it was me and I was going to be dying tomorrow morning and my only chance at sending a message to my wife was to use the helmet from a suit that I had nanites for, every bit of nanites I had left would go into that. And so I'm curious to see what happens between the Thanos fight and that little scene, because the Milano is out of rations, it's almost out of oxygen, and that is a ship that is designed for all intents and purposes to carry all of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So you'd think it'd be pretty well stocked and pretty well charged and ready to go, even if Tony had to, boot up more power or give power through his suit or whatever to keep it going. A significant time period has to have happened between the snap, or what we've learned is the decimation, up until the beginning of this trailer. Sorry. So that is, I'm very curious to see what's going on with that. Then we get to see Thanos. We see him walking through a little bit of field. That was interesting. I'll be curious to see again how soon after the snap that was, if the gauntlet stuck to his hand, or if he eventually somehow gets it off, because as we all saw, his hand is muffed. And then that leads into talking about Ronan. Hawkeye, sorry. I'm already getting used to calling him Ronan. That was very interesting. I think it pretty much is safe to say that his whole family gets snapped, because he was pretty hard in retirement, and then the FBI put him back into retirement after he took part in the Civil War, and he doesn't strike me as someone who's going to just randomly go to Asia and start kicking all kinds of ass with a completely different outfit. I have a feeling that he just kind of has to get it out of his system, and the reason that nobody knows where he is or that he hasn't contacted anybody is, I think he doesn't want to know who else he lost in the snap. Losing his family and his kids, that was enough. He doesn't want to learn that Black Widow and Cap and Iron Man and all these people that he knows and loves are dead. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. I'm very curious to find out why. I have theories, but I'm curious to find out why we have Captain America back in the Winter Soldier outfit, because he doesn't have the same haircut he had in Winter Soldier, which leads me to believe that he doesn't have anything to do with time travel, that's just the one he has, which I can get down on that. I love the Winter Soldier look. So I'll be curious to see what we get with that. And then the way, we'll talk about that in a second. I'm very curious to see why, if it's just like oh my god, another person is alive, oh this is so awesome, not everybody is dead in the snap. When Scott Lang shows up, I'll be curious to see why they care so much that he's alive. If they know that he has quantum realm tech or whatever it is that, like if they know what he can do or what he might be able to do, or if they think he's the key to something and, oh, if only Scott was alive, and then boom, Scott's alive, or if it's just like, this is awesome, we got more people in the fight against Thanos. I'm curious to see why that is. And then we're going to go back a few more seconds in the trailer, and I haven't heard seen anybody talking about this. And every time I bring it up, a lot of people have been like, dude, it's nothing. It's just the way they designed it, and they wanted it to look cool. When you watch the Avengers title fade in, it looks like it's coming out of cloaking. Looks like it's coming out of invisibility. The same way they kind of portray a lot of invisibility in movies. And the most prominent invisible person I can think of in the Marvel world is Sue Storm. And I'm going to just throw that out there right now, because if that happens, that'll be badass. I would love if, they were able to keep something so under wraps that the Fantastic Four being in this movie, nobody had any idea that any of the casting happened or that anything of it went on. I would love that. People would lose their shit. I'm hoping there's a moment like that in this movie where nobody knows it's coming. Nobody has any idea, but we see the new Wolverine. We see the new Fantastic Four, and we have no clue what's going to happen. They don't reveal it through any of the trailers, anything. And then just, Sue Storm, Reed Richards, they just show up and everybody just freaks out. I'd love that. I would love a moment like that to just be so daring and just everybody would freak. But the trailer as a whole, like I said, it felt very meh. I know that it's a somber time. I know half of everything, not everything, half of every living creature just gone. Like Kaiser Soze, just gone. So that, I understand that sucks, and that it would suck big time. I would have liked a little bit of seeing the rally back, because if you look at, and I guess I kind of set it up for defeat in my brain, because I have the first Infinity War trailer to go off of, and that was bonkers. That was everything you want in a trailer. It's got the theme going over, it's got Nick Fury, it's got all the Avengers saying his little thing about the Avengers. It ends with, this. It ends with, all these people, all the Avengers, and, Black Panther, and everybody just out there running across Wakanda, getting ready to kick ass. And then, it hits the logo, and then, you get the, who the hell are you guys? And you see the Guardians of the Galaxy, and you're like, holy shit, everybody's in this. Fucking everybody's in this. And in this one, 5 people are in this. Which is fine. I understand. Like I said, people are gone. But, and I know there's a lot left to reveal. I know we're not supposed to get everything in the first trailer. But in the first trailer of Infinity War, we got things. We just got a lot of somber tone and, some people are back. People that, if you think, obviously are alive. They're not going to kill Hawkeye off screen. If you saw Ant-Man and you stayed after the credits, that Scott's alive. Albeit I'll be curious to see how he gets out of the quantum realm. But these people aren't dead. So showing them in the trailer, while it's cool, because, everyone's like, oh, where the hell is Hawkeye and where the hell is Ant-Man? In the first one, it's nice to see them. But I wanted to see something else. I'm glad we got something, and we can chew on that and we can dissect it, which a lot of people are, which I can get down on. Even though I generally focus on horror here in the Dave Cave, I get really hyped about these movies, mostly the Infinity War movies. Like, I did the whole marathon for the first one. I'm not going to do it for this one because that shit was tiring. But I get excited about these Marvel movies because they're so well done and they're such a good adventure. So I know that I am on the hype train until April 26th when we see this beast in theaters and, go see Captain Marvel and all that. And that's another thing, since I brought her up. I'm very curious that we didn't see her. It's an elephant in the room. We know she's going to be there. Show some kind of something. And now I'm thinking that's probably going to be the under ruse of her showing up on Earth and being like, hey, got a call from Fury, or her picking up the beeper out, in the middle of New York or wherever they were. That would be an interesting little cool moment. I thought it was very interesting, and this might be telling, but there was no Avengers theme song through the entire trailer. And to me, that seems mostly because there are no Avengers right now. Half of the people are gone. Stark's out in space. I'm very interested to see if they, everybody gets back together. They somehow get the final fight to Thanos. If they wait the whole movie, don't play any of it, and then drop it. Because that theme song is epic beyond epic. I listen to it regularly. When I play it, my son asks me, hey, Dad, do you think we can save the day? Warms my heart. So I thought that was interesting. There's no theme. There's no action, really. I mean, we see Ronan do the little, sword cleaning thing, which I have a feeling that's probably going to be covered in blood in the movie. But it was just a very different trailer. I'm hyped for it because I know what's coming. I know it's going to be a brawl. I know it's going to be an ass kicking. I know all kinds of craziness that I can't even imagine is going to all kinds of craziness that I won't even think of will happen in this movie. I know that that's coming. So of course I'm hyped for it, but I'm not hyped. If I knew nothing else but to watch this trailer, I'd be like, I might see it. Doesn't look that great on its own. We know where it's going. We know where it's come from. So we're excited for it. But alone as its own trailer, I don't think it does the job. I don't. Which is a bummer. Everybody has been waiting for this thing. But it didn't. The excitement for it, to me, was not met with what came out of that trailer. It's just a lot of questions and no real excitement. Just kind of like, okay, it's good to see these people again. And so that's what I thought about the trailer. Now that I've digested the trailer a few times, there is one thing I've been wondering is how is Stark going to get out of there? Could be Captain Marvel, that they both come down to Earth together. I thought that'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting way to introduce her. I think she should just ride in on her own horse and just be the badass that she is. But I was talking to my buddy Mike about it earlier, and it hit me that it's going to be Valkyrie and Korg. They're going to be out patrolling space, and they're going to find him. Kind of like the way the Guardians found Thor. Maybe in a different way so that it doesn't seem like they're retreading their own steps. But I'd be very interested to see if they are the ones that find him. Because half that ship got destroyed, and, just like anything, if you don't see the body, assume they're not dead. And I know that they had a rough go of it in that day and a half, or even maybe in a day of Infinity War. Half the ship got destroyed, and then half of everything else got snapped out of existence. So let me know what you guys thought of the trailer. Do you agree with any of the points I brought up? What are your thoughts on where this is going? And try to stay away from spoilers. I'm not trying to ruin this for anybody. I hate when things get spoiled for me when I'm not ready for it to, or spoiling stuff for other people. I feel horrible when that happens. So please try to stay away from any of the spoilers. I know the ones that we've known, that we've been told about. But hit the comments below. Let me know what you think about the trailer. Do you think it was what some people are calling the best Marvel trailer has ever been? It's not the best Marvel trailer has ever been. It was barely the best trailer this week. Might even not, because we still got Spider-Man. And the Captain Marvel one was actually a lot better than the first. But hit the comments below. Let me know. Don't forget to leave a like. Hit the subscribe button, because like I always say, we got more coming. Thanks for stopping by the Dave Cave. Take care.